Fighting for truth, justice, strippers, and whiskey. Did I mention strippers?
Oh, God. Oh, yeah, right there.
I'm leaving right after this drink. Rock and roll whiskey and other stories with Brian Shaw.
Cheers. And welcome to episode 31 of I'm Leaving Right After This Drink, Rock and Roll Whiskey and Other Stories. And before we get into tonight, once again, man, just thank you to everyone who has liked, subscribed, shared, and done anything to help the podcast along, man. I greatly appreciate it. And as much as I would like to say I've got some cool shit that has happened over the last few weeks, I don't. I'm just here to kind of give you an update on the back issues because it's been insane. Like, I can't even believe the situation that I've been in. I literally was using a walker again to get around a little bit. Then I upgraded to a cane, so that was nice. And it's just like, dude, I shouldn't be like this at my age. Yeah, I'm getting up there, but not that old. Holy shit. Plus, it sucks when the doctors are like, well, you're just going to have some aches and pains. Listen, doc 1, 2, 3, 4, and however many I've seen over the years, it's not just aches and pains. This shit is painful. Like, it hurts for me to even be sitting here right now. Like, I got this pain in my upper butt cheek even after doing the epidural shot the other day. But, according to everything that I've researched and read, that's normal. And that's just like, you're in that healing process. Okay. Well, we're trying to stay positive about it, and I'm hoping that's certainly the case, at least healing enough to get me through, I don't know, the next few months. That would be fucking fantastic. I do got some concerts to go see in the next couple of months. So, I don't even know where to start. Like, I've already talked about a little bit about the back pain, but I'll tell you what we're going to get into first, and then we'll get more into the back pain again, is the Super Bowl. Who the fuck is still watching the Super Bowl? Like, who gives a shit? And who gives a shit about the halftime show? My God. Like, can people just shut the fuck up already? Can we also just admit that the NFL is not targeting 50-year-old white men in their halftime show? And if you don't know that by now, you're an idiot. And if you do know that, then just shut the fuck up over the halftime show. Cool? Cool. Now we can move on. Now let's get back to the important topics. Oh, and just real quick, again, hey, look, squirrel. The commercials suck. Commercials in the Super Bowl suck. By the way, why do we need to still have commercials about bullying? Why are we having commercials about like girl power and shit? Like, did I miss something along the way somewhere that like all of a sudden women can't do shit anymore? Like, I don't know where the hell I have been other than, suffering from incredible back pain. But I'm pretty sure in the last few weeks, women can still do the same shit, right? Like, okay, just make sure we're clear. And, hey, instead of spending money to tell me, to donate food to a food bank or something, how about spending that money that you're doing on a commercial and you put that money in a fucking food bank, right? Like, that seems to make a hell of a lot more sense. All right, so now we got that out of the way. And by the way, the best commercial, the Budweiser commercial, again. And that was it. These other commercials are terrible. And let's just get over it. And by the way, you get to see 90% of them before the fucking Super Bowl even airs anyway. So who cares, right? And when the game sucks, it's even worse. So now that we wrapped up the Super Bowl in a little 2.5 minute, 3 minute nutshell, here we go. To the back pain. Down for the count once again last week, my friends. Not pretty. As I've mentioned, using a walker, a cane, just to get around, it's insane. Now, I got the MRI done, which took 3 weeks to get in to get an MRI. And I kept thinking to myself, my follow-up appointment is on a Friday. My MRI was on a Monday. Like, it won't be too bad if they end up making me wait until that Friday. But that wasn't the case. Nope. So I go in for the MRI. Let's talk about that just for a second. I've never had an MRI done, but I'm not worried about like claustrophobia or whatever, any of that stuff. But I will tell you this, I'm still not a fan of the fucking Beatles. And, they tell me, hey, what kind of music you want to listen to while this is all going on? I'm like, yeah, let's put on some classic rock. That'll be fine. And the first song that comes on, the fucking Beatles. Listen, I am not a fan of the Beatles by any stretch. I can tolerate like 2 or 3 songs from the Beatles. And listen, before you start emailing or commenting or whatever about the Beatles, I get it. I understand their influence. I understand everything the Beatles have done. I can totally appreciate the Beatles. I just don't have to like them, right? And I still don't. But at least the song was Come Together, and I can at least get through that song. And I could get through, like, the next song, Eagles, Hotel California. I thought I was back in like classic rock radio hell there for a minute. And then Fleetwood Mac's The Chain is the last song I hear. So kudos to the nurse for basically telling me it was going to be like 10 minutes. And she almost hit it right on the fucking dot. Because in my radio brain, I'm like, well, Come Together is like 3.5 minutes. And Hotel California is like 6 minutes and some change. That's about 9 minutes. And then a little bit of The Chain started and boom, I was done. So at least I was done. Now, my appointment, my friends, was like a little before 9. I was out of there by 9. I'm headed home, and I am literally out of the facility 6 minutes, and my phone rings. And it's like, did I forget something? Did I not do something when I left? And it's like, no, hey, Brian, do you mind coming back so we can go over the results with you at 10? Oh, shit. That's not good, because it literally has been 6 minutes. Yeah, this is not going to be a good report. And it was not. So let's get into that. So I show back up at 10, meet with the doc. And it's not going to be good when the doctor, as he's explaining everything, and he's very thorough, and this guy was amazing. Dr. Joe, you're the man. And it's like the whole time he's telling you everything, you're just like, dude, just get to the solution. I don't give a shit about this. I just want to know about the solution. Even though you do want to know, but you're like, dude, I'm in pain. Just tell me what the fuck we got to do, right? And he's like, so here's what's going on. I'm going to put up a picture right here of the incredibly bad herniation that this guy's got in his in my L4 disc. Oh, man. Just looking at this x-ray makes me cringe. So it is nothing but pain. As you can see, like this thing is like pushed out. It's fucking craziness. And it hurts like a bitch. Let me just tell you. So the doctor goes through everything. He's like, hey, we don't really want to, do surgery right now. Let's see if this epidural shot will help. And, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, if that's what you recommend, that's what I'm going to do. So the next day I get in for an epidural shot. Now, mind you, I'm not really all that crazy about getting an epidural shot, because all I've heard my entire life from anyone who's ever had one of these is how much they hurt and how painful they are. And the needle's fucking, 3 feet long, and they stab, and it's just terrible, right? So this is all going through my head. Plus it's going in your back, so that certainly doesn't feel good. So the next day I show up, and the doctor comes in, and she's amazing. She's like, trust me, it'll be painless. And I'm like, yeah. I'm sure you say that to everybody, right? Like, trying to make everybody feel at ease. I get it. But it turns out it was painless. Couldn't believe it. Honestly, the only thing I felt them do was put like the iodine on my back or whatever to like sterilize it. Like, that was it. It was crazy. Like, at one point they're like, can you feel that? And I'm like, no. And then another time they're like, how's that? And I'm like, yeah, it's fine. The only thing I felt was literally right before she said, hey, we might touch the nerve, and if we do, your leg's gonna twitch. Well, yep, bingo, it did. It was like, did like this little kick thing. It was fucking wild. And but that was all I felt. Like, no pressure, no pain, no nothing. It was unbelievable. I couldn't believe it. Walked out like, man, that didn't hurt. So, of course, throughout the rest of the day, you feel pretty good because you're on that whatever shit they've given you. And then the next day, you're kind of like, oh, shit, that kind of hurts. Here I am like 3 days later, upper butt cheek still kind of hurting, but supposedly that's normal. And, still having trouble walking. Again, still kind of normal. But yeah, this is where we're at right now, my friends. And then you're told, make sure you walk, because it's kind of telling your body that things are okay. When clearly inside of your body, it is not okay. I mean, again, look at this fucking thing. Like, what the fuck? And you're like, dude, this isn't just going to heal on its own, right? Like, I think I'm only delaying like some potential back surgery at some point, because this is insane. So yeah, and just looking at that fucking X-ray MRI screenshot there is just crazy to me, and just gives me the fucking heebie-jeebies just looking at it. The heebie-jeebies, really? So yeah, so like the Jack Daniels on the rocks tonight is really good. So anyhow, so the epidural goes great. Here I am a few days later. Whew, survived the Super Bowl bullshit, an incredibly horrible Super Bowl. I've survived the epidural shot. Now I've got to go to physical therapy and start that. So I'm a little concerned about that, but I'm in good hands because I've been a couple times. They're good folks. What really concerns me at this point, though, is how long does that shot work, right? Like, they said it could take up to 2 weeks just to like even work. And then it's like, okay, well, how long will it last? Will it last a month, 6 months, 5 months? Who knows? It's different for everybody because everybody's different. But then you're wondering like, okay, well, what happens when it's worn off? Am I just going to like fucking tense up and be like, oh, fuck, I'm in deep shit? Like whether I'm out at a bar, driving, working, like what the fuck? Bending over to pick up something in my fucking house, do laundry, like you just don't know, man. It's crazy. And that's the only thing that's running through my head now. I'm like, Jesus, man, I'm too freaked out by everything. That's my problem. Overthinking it, 100%. Why can't I just enjoy the fact that I'm at least able to hobble around my house without a cane and a walker and appreciate that for now? And let's just see where things go. That's what I'm trying to do, believe it or not. So that's kind of where we're at with all this back shit right now. And let me tell you, man, it is just, damn, it fucking hurts. And then, and then you have like my friends call and my friends are like, dude, you should just wear Depends. What? Just wear Depends so you don't have to worry about getting up to go to the bathroom. No. We have not reached that point in time in my life yet. That's not happening. But my friend then decides he's going to tell me about a time that they wore Depends just because they wanted to see what it was like. What? And yeah, and he went on to explain the first time that they wore Depends. And it could have been at a Super Bowl party. I can't remember. But yeah, he was talking about how they got a noise complaint called on them in the apartment they were in. The guy who rented the apartment comes out wearing a towel. I guess just getting out of the shower. At least that's what I'm hoping. Hoping for the story, not anything like that, you fucking weirdos. And then they say that he opens the door, the landlord is standing there. He's in a towel. And then meanwhile, the other two idiots are standing behind him wearing their Depends, combat boots, and a t-shirt. Now, I got to tell you, if I was that landlord, I'd have been like, you know what? You boys just have a good old time, and I'll see you next time. Just keep it down. And I would have walked the fuck away. Which, it's quite possible that's what this landlord did. Outside of just giving them like these strangest fucking looks. But then he manages to tell me also that they've worn Depends a few times. And I know I'm not getting this story 100% accurate, Todd. So, you can hate on me later, but I'm pretty close. That he then goes on to say that they went out to a bar at one point wearing Depends. And they were able to drink like 3 gigantic beers before they had to take a piss. And then like the Depends diaper could hold like 3 or 4 giant pisses before they had to change the Depends. What? And he's like, but it was kind of fucked up because the diaper is so full of piss that it's like making them lean forward when they walk. But you can't see anything through the pants. Doesn't show any wetness. He's like, dude, when you take them off, you're dry as a bone. He goes, it's fucking wild. I'm like, does it stink? He's like, no, dude, it's fucking like nothing. Anyhow, these are the conversations that I'm having with my friends while I'm down with back pain. And yet, you can't cough, sneeze, laugh, or anything because of the herniated disc because it hurts. So in the middle of this conversation, I'm laughing so hard that I'm like, dude, I'm going to have to hang up because it hurts to laugh. Like, it still kind of hurts to laugh. And the other day, I sneezed like 4 times in a row before I got the epidural shot, and I went to like the 7th dimension of hell. It was unbelievable, that pain. Holy shit. So let's just say a bad back is no joke. So whatever you guys do, man, make sure you take care of your back however you can. Do some stretches, exercises, whatever that may be, because this shit is no joke. And anyone who tells you, you're just like it's not really that painful. They're full of shit and have never experienced true back pain in their life. So yeah, good times. And then another friend, he's talking to me today, and we're talking about just like the pain and the things you can't do, right? Like you can't walk correctly. You can't really sit down without like, oh shit, that hurts. You can't roll over in bed. You can't sit up in bed. You can't do all kinds of crazy shit, including taking a shit. So like, it's so bad. I mean, like you can take a shit, but it becomes really hard to wipe your ass. And I know this is like too much information for a podcast, but we're throwing it out there because it's true. And he proceeds to tell me that there's four ways to wipe your ass. And I'm kind of mind blown by that statement because 4? Now, I could be a little hopped up on some Jack Daniels at this point, but I'm pretty sure he said you can use your right hand and wipe from the back or wipe from the front, or you can use your left hand and do the same thing from the back or the front. Now, I'm still kind of trying to process this even as I'm telling you this. So, Drew, I wasn't going to mention your name, but I feel like I have to. And I'm sure I got this part of the story kind of wrong too, but whatever. It's insane the fact that we're even having these conversations, even though it's fucking real and it's real life and it is what it is. But it's just kind of one of those moments where you're like, dude, I don't want to be talking about like taking a shit in front of somebody. You know what I'm saying? Not in front of somebody, but on the conversation, like it's a really weird conversation. It's, it's too much information. But of course, all you can think about is like jokes being made like, listen, just fucking like let me do my business and then just come in with a garden hose and just fucking just clean me out. Because dude, what the fuck? It's insane, man. So again, back pain, no joke. Let's leave these two stories right where they are because I've already told them wrong enough, but correct enough for you to get the gist of these stories. And I know both these guys are going to email me or call me and be like, dude, you got the story all wrong. But it is what it is, man. And side note, from a few episodes back about the leaving the review for Mavis Tires, done deal. Left them a fucking kick-ass review. So just kind of keeping you in the loop. And if you need to catch up on that, that one's just a couple episodes back about customer service. So there you go, my friends. That's going to wrap up tonight's episode. Thank you, Jesus, because my back's starting to give out. Gonna need some ice. Gonna need some more Jack on the Rocks. Like maybe a muscle relaxer before I go to bed. Like, yeah, it's gonna be a good night. You know what I'm saying? So, everybody, once again, man, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for liking, sharing, subscribing, like the whole deal. Leaving comments. Like, I don't even care if you watch the whole damn podcast. Just like it. That's cool. Like, I'm good with that, So, again, much appreciated. And again, thank you to all my friends, including Tits McGee, who managed to stop by. Been a long time since I had seen my friend Tits McGee, and she stopped by the other day, and that was nice to see her. And she had a birthday the other day, so happy birthday to Tits McGee. And to my other friends, thank you for your for reaching out. I appreciate your concern and help that anyone has given me. It is greatly appreciated, my friends. So cheers, enjoy your night, and we'll see you in the next episode. Thank you.
Thanks for listening. Please like and subscribe. You dig?
God bless the internet.